Did you know that students retain up to 90% of what they learn when they teach others? That's a powerful stat, and it's one of the reasons group work can be such a game changer in your online ESL classroom. Hi, I'm Megan from Florentis Learning, and today we're diving into one of my favorite strategies for boosting student engagement, small group activities. When you're teaching a small group, collaboration helps to bring these lessons to life. It's not just about using the same strategies that you use in your one-on-one classroom. It's about making the students interact with each other, not just interacting with the teacher. So I've just finished up teaching my small group class. There's 3 students. I've taught them for about 3 years now, so I know them pretty well. And we were doing a debating activity. And essentially, it's a bit of a role play. They're working for a organization, a nonprofit organization, and they have $1 million to spend on technology to help improve water quality for people in poor countries who don't have access to good water. And so we had 3 different devices. One was for carrying water, one was a foot pump that was for pumping water, and one was the life straw, which was for cleaning water. Each of the students had a different assigned task, and they had to defend to the organization why they should have the $1 million invested in their product. And the discussion got really rich. Students were involved in, they did math and they decided, oh yes, but we can buy this many of this product with the $1 million. They actually ended up coming to a compromise where they decided they needed a couple of the products and then how they work together. But they were talking with each other and interacting and engaging with each other about why what they were doing was the one that needed to be chosen. So it was a super engaging, active lesson, and the students just got it. But we've all been there. Students zoning out halfway through a grammar drill or giving one-word answers during speaking time. And it's tough. It's tough to keep your energy high. It's tough to keep them focused, especially in that online setting. Then we add in time zone differences and the fact that for me, I'm usually teaching students in China and it's very early in the morning for me. It's later in the evening for them. Technical glitches, the sound won't play, you can't see them, all of those things. And then if you're in a small group, you've got these varied proficiency levels in the mix. It's no wonder that teachers often feel that they have to be in that lecture mode, be in that talking mode. But the truth is, engagement doesn't require more prep. It just needs better interaction. And in some cases, it actually requires less prep because the students have to do the work in the classroom. I talked about the activity that I did with my Safe War organization and a debate, and debates work really well. But let's look at a few other group activities that work beautifully online. So teach the teacher. So the students work in pairs to learn a short concept and then they teach it back to the class. This is great for vocabulary, for grammar review, and this can be used in your one-on-one classes as well, where you make your student the teacher. Collaborative storytelling. So I use this with new vocabulary all the time. And essentially in my small group, the first word in the list, no matter what it is, that's the word that the student starts with. They make a sentence to start the story. The next student has to take the next word in the vocabulary list and add on to the story, and it has to make sense. And we continue that way with each student adding a line and building the story collaboratively. This builds fluency and creativity. My students love it, and sometimes they come up with the most crazy stories. Picture dictation. So this is where you give one student a picture and they have to describe it, and the other students then have to draw what the student is describing. So this encourages clear communication, but it also encourages active listening on the part of the drawers. Picture dictation can work in your one-on-one class as well, because you can give the student the picture to describe and you as the teacher can then draw it. So one of the best small group activities I've used is this problem solving scenario approach. And I once gave my group a challenge. You're stuck on a desert island, and everyone's heard this one before, right? You can only bring 3 things. What do you choose and why? And I gave them some sentence frames, like, I think we should bring because, and encourage them to use those sentence frames in their responses back and in those discussions. They used full sentences, they negotiated English, they even laughed, they argued a little bit, of course. And then a parent emailed me after class and just said that their child had been really engaged in the class and they talked about it all week. And so that's the powerful, meaningful group work. It's not about teacher teaching and that sage on the stage. It's about how can we get the students actively involved in their own learning. So whether it's a storytelling game or a survival scenario, small group activities make your ESL lessons more engaging, dynamic, and student-centered. They help learners speak more, think critically, and build relationships. If you have some favorite group activities, share them with me in the comments below. I am always looking for new activities to use in my classroom. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to check out my next video on strategies to help keep your students focused and on track. Thank you. I'm Megan from Florentis Learning. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.